I'm not recording.
Didn't you clap even?
I did clap. I hit the button. I guess I didn't hit it hard enough.
Oh, buddy. So now I got to start over.
Yeah, do it again.
People, this is what 29 years looks like. Yesterday was Tara's and my anniversary. 29 years, and we're ready to slap the shit out of each other today. You got anything to say about that?
Welcome to the Unlikely Podcasters.
My name is Sunshine.
I'm Susanna.
Oh, Tara.
Susanna gets to witness this bullshittery,
She does.
and she's witnessed it for 28
No,
years.
she gets a different look now when we're here. Because
Yes.
a lot of the times, things that she has witnessed, usually we did behind doors.
That's true.
But now
She's
they happen
witnessed a
while
lot.
she's here.
Yeah.
So now she sees what an asshole you are.
No, what an asshole you are, fuck.
I'm not getting involved. I'm not touching this with a 10-foot pole.
Well, for those new watchers and listeners, we appreciate you. A couple weeks ago, we did an episode on starting over at 50 because recently, about a month now, I got laid off, unfortunately, and I went through all of the emotions, and I'm still going through some of those emotions. And Susanna got laid off about 4
years?
ago.
2020,
Right,
end of 2020.
2020.
End of 2020.
Yeah.
So yes.
So we decided it would have been a good episode it was a good episode to talk about starting over at 50 and what we do at this stage of our lives after losing our jobs that we had. You had yours for 26 years?
Yeah.
And I had mine for 13 years.
You hopped around a bit more.
So we thank everyone that is new to the channel, and if you're sharing and liking, and we appreciate all the comments. We have seen other people out there in the same situation. So this particular episode really struck a chord with people, and you were engaged, and we appreciate all of the shut the fuck up.
You said you appreciate it.
But you can listen, a girl can appreciate.
We appreciate
You can only say one thing, but Tara, just say it one time ever. So we appreciate the interaction.
Appreciate is going to take over the word education.
Fuck you. So, what about so? You're not pulling out the word so.
I got nothing to say to you.
Uh-huh.
Listen, just do,
Keep
a little
going.
shot bingo card, right? Like, as often I say, what's my word? Like?
No, right?
Right?
Right.
Oh,
Right.
right,
And like.
Just
like
take your shot.
and obviously,
Yeah.
things are very obvious to Susanna, and the rest of us are idiots.
Duh.
So on today's episode, we are going to talk about after you get laid off and what your next steps are. So initially, you're upset,
I'm rubbing off on you.
Right?
You get upset, you grieve. How long was your grieving process?
Oh,
Are you still grieving?
not anymore. I can actually say that. There's no emotion when I talk about or talk to former coworkers. But for a while there, I was like, even if they talked about the job, got very angry.
Mm-hmm.
I was hurt initially. Those emotions, I think, passed quickly. The anger lingered
Yeah.
for a lot longer than I thought it would.
Yeah.
I didn't sit in it. It would just come and go.
Yeah.
And if the job came up, I would just be very
Frustrated.
and angry because of just the time that I spent there and the years and the effort and the work.
Yeah.
Betrayal seems excessive because it's a job, but I
Right.
just felt, and obviously it's misplaced, that, I should still be working there or
Yeah.
whatnot. Maybe at least a year now I've gotten over my anger.
Yeah. So if there's anyone out there that you're going through the same thing, people keep telling me, because I felt like I needed to hurry up and find a new job and hurry up and move on to the next step. And quite a few people said, just breathe, feel the emotions, and it's okay. Like, you were there for a long time. It's okay to have those feelings. Take a minute and still work towards whatever your next steps are. So for those out there, definitely grieve the situation. It's a part of you, your job, especially if you've been there any amount of time, it becomes a part of you. It is not something you do for someone else. It does become a part of you. So I'm still angry.
Yeah.
I am trying. It's not that angry.
Oh, right. Just a smidge.
I think it depends on the day.
And so now I'm at the point where I'm trying to find my next thing. And so even
And whether that thing is what you did before or something new.
Right, exactly. And so I went down the internet vast
Rabbit
hole.
Oh,
Hole.
the internet. Put that in your search. Vast hole.
No.
If you're going
don't
down
do
that, you better
people.
lube up.
Don't.
But I'm because even some of your comments to that last video was, yeah, I didn't quit my job. I lost my job. I sold everything. I lived in a van, or I did that, or I was able to take stock in everything and decided I could live.
Downsize
Yes.
There you
and
go.
still live a happy
Yes,
life.
you could
yeah.
downsize a lot of things in your life and really take stock of what you want.
Exactly. And so then I'm like, okay, well, other people did it. Obviously, we're here because we're sharing our life experiences. And so I went down looking at all of the social media, what other people have done. And I'm like, well, I could do that, or that sounds interesting. Or in a perfect world, I would love just to be able to craft all damn day, be my own boss, and share, just like we do here on this podcast and / YouTube channel. We share different things that we do with our children, with our lives, with each other, our relationships. That would be fantastic if I could make a full living where I used to be.
Yeah.
What in a perfect world, what would you want to do, Susanna?
I like the consulting piece because I like helping people. I would like it to be less about accounting and more about just helping people navigate life.
A life coachish?
Kind of like a life coach, or maybe it's so many young people don't know how to do a lot of things these days. So it could be something in that nature. I speak another language. Is it helping people who don't speak English with whatever?
Like translation, like if they need to.
Yes, or helping them fill out paperwork or navigate whatever. That would be fulfilling to me.
And Tara, in a perfect world?
I would be in a band playing guitar. I don't know. Maybe it would be kind of a hybrid of something with photography and doing my job now, but more on a freelance
Okay.
level. So again, that I can dictate my own schedule.
Yeah.
And this here.
So all of those things came up in my search of looking for what's next. What can I dive into? Along with all of these get rich quick schemes. Like, for example, I've seen, and we all know when you click on something or you watch something for 3 seconds, you just keep getting fed the same bullshit over and over again. And so I don't know how many times I've seen these stay at home moms. I make $10,000 by doing reviews on Amazon.
That's what they sound like, people.
Yes, that's what you sound like.
Sound like this.
That's bullshit, let me tell you. We'll get to that, what it really is, but that's not true. It is not a thing. Or another one that came up often was making digital products. So like
resumes,
like a template for a resume. You make it and then you sell it for whatever it is. And
there's a lot of templates out there
Yes.
for different things.
And they make it seem like it's so passive.
Yes.
Like you literally make it and you just reap all the rewards for years and years to come. Well, that's not quite how it works either, based on my research.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the three things. So there's 8,000,000 side hustles out there.
There are.
Social media makes everything look so easy. Like even this right now, this podcast, this YouTube channel, you see it. It might be between 30 and 40 minutes long. Well, let me just tell you, there's a whole thing in our basement that takes up the entire basement. And then, well, not the entire, but this area.
Took a lot of time on Tara's part because she's really she's the mastermind behind the cameras, the video,
Production of
the
the
production of the entire thing. And it took a lot of time to get the lighting right.
It's still not right because I don't know what I'm doing. I mean,
Yeah.
with lighting, and lighting is a whole craft. So I can't tell you how many times I have re-angled and put the height and the angle, and I'm still unhappy with it.
It's work.
time-consuming.
It's not easy.
And we're not saying that there aren't times or situations where something may come to fruition and all of the stars align and everything works out fantastic. That does happen. But there's still work in a lot of these things. So as I was going through this, I was just like, oh, that sounds great. That sounds great. That sounds great. And then once I really looked into it, I was like, oh, that's not as fantastic as they made it seem. So we're also going to discuss in today's episode what we have tried, and then what I want to try, and what Susanna might want to try. And then Tara will interject with her little
My
puffs
huffing and
puffs.
puffing.
Mhm. Since Susanna has been laid off a little bit longer, what things have you tried?
I was applying for a lot of jobs. And from there, I got the idea of consulting because I saw that there was an opportunity for smaller businesses. And there's companies who do this outright. It's a company and it's called fractional accounting or fractional controllers. There's fractional CFOs. And basically what that means in the most basic of senses is you're giving them a fraction of your time as opposed to working for them a full-time position.
So it's kind of sounds like freelance.
Yeah.
Yes,
have a
but there's
different-
actual companies that do that for smaller companies. They have fractional CFOs that go in and you pay them to advise you on your business and how to grow it. So it's kind of like mentoring, but now you're paying for somebody with the more financial acumen, not just how to
Like advising and stuff like, okay.
But it's not a quick and easy thing. Because I had to learn like QuickBooks. I had never worked in QuickBooks. I've had to learn about Sage and other softwares that, companies might want to use, how everything, when I worked at my company, it was very top level. So now I'm like in it. So I had to relearn a couple of things. I had to teach myself some stuff. And then every time I get a new client, I have to learn their business.
You have some clients, but you haven't even dived into how big it could be.
Oh, yeah, no.
And so do you have plans on growing it, or do you, because in our last episode, you had said that you do plan on getting a job. So where are you at right now with the whole consulting thing?
I have to sort of, for lack of a better word.
Motivate?
Yes. Yeah, this is something that I haven't 100% engaged myself into because I haven't had to. And again, I'm fortunate in that way. And I acknowledge that. Except I've also just been trying it just like I've been applying for jobs. And I think, yes, if this doesn't work out, then yes, I will get a job. That is not, I think, the way I would like it to go.
Right.
I really want to continue consulting. And I haven't even started with the marketing. I'm still trying to learn how to do my whole web page, and maybe I'm just going to hire somebody at this point, right? You can learn some things, and then there's just some things that you just
might be better.
Just to contract out. And that's really where I'm sitting with it right now and trying to really formulate my plan to move forward and how I get more clients.
All right. And Tara, I know that you obviously have a full-time job, but as I mentioned earlier, making content or not content, I mentioned digital content, but you also have dived into selling on Etsy.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to explain to the watchers and listeners.
Well, I saw people on YouTube talking about, I made an Etsy store and it takes 5 minutes to set it up and then you just get all this income. I was like, okay, well, I'll give that a shot. So it's t-shirts. But you have to, they talk about research, but research is very time intensive sometimes because you have to look at, there's so many people on Etsy selling t-shirts. And then are you going to do it yourself at your house? Or are you going to use a print on demand service that will do it for you? And then, okay, what is selling? And then keywords are very important on Etsy. And then you have to do the mock-ups. So you have to go through and find the designs that you like. And then sometimes you have to tweak those designs because there are 40 other people doing that same design as you who sometimes can, depending if they do it themselves, can sell it for cheaper. And so it's not just you make an Etsy store, you put on a couple of t-shirts, and the next thing you know, you're making $5,000 a month.
Right.
It's not like that. I've had it for probably a year now. When we started the podcast, I just stopped with the Etsy store. I would say once a month, I either sell a t-shirt or a mug.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, yes, I'm making passive income. I do not even open the store.
Right.
And I'm selling a t-shirt or a mug, sometimes 2 a month. But it's, I mean, that's, by the time they take out the fees, you know, maybe you're getting $30. So it wasn't I'm going to quit my job and make my Etsy store. Now, some people, they're making $10,000 a month.
Right.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That's great. I don't know if I'm just not, I didn't long enough. I didn't do enough research. I don't know what it is, but it's not just, I'm going to make a store, put some shit on it, and I'm off to the races.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless your item is super, super unique,
right?
Yeah.
That no one else is doing, then maybe that's the case. But for regular mugs, t-shirts, that's just not.
And for those out there looking at this or thinking about doing something like this, she did a lot of research and she made a lot of mock-ups prior to actually opening the store.
Oh yeah.
And so in her research, it said something about you should release this every day.
Well,
or
again,
once a month,
and it's similar to how you do your channel, depending on who you talk to. Yes, this part is important. Yes, no, it's not important. Oh, you should do this. No, you should do this. You should upload on this day at this time. Upload whatever you want.
Yeah.
Okay, so it was similar to Etsy, but it was like you should start with a base of at least 10 items and then release 2 items a day. No more than 2 items a day. Other people's like, I do 10 items a day.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
So at this point, it is very passive. Like you're not doing anything.
I'm not
she
doing
made
anything.
everything in the beginning. It's out there for people to purchase. She will link it below should you want to go take a look. And then people just purchase.
Yeah.
And however you want to look at this. She uses a third party to actually ship the item, make the item, and get it to the customer. And so we only get a small portion of the profit after the fact.
Correct.
But at this point, it is completely passive. And if we had more items or more people purchasing, it could make more money.
Yeah. I mean, perhaps if I put more time into it, I could.
Right.
Yeah.
That is passive. So that part is true. However, there was a lot that went into it prior to getting it to this point. And at this point, it doesn't make that much money.
No.
So
even when I was doing it every day,
yeah,
I wasn't making thousands of dollars a month.
No.
Yeah.
All right. And so for me, what I have tried, so going down the rabbit hole of seeing what all the people have done, I am a crafty person. And so in the past, I have made wreaths that you can put on your front door or on the wall or whatever. And I understand that wreaths were a big thing a few years ago, and you could get upwards of $100 for the purchase of it. I mean, that's what you would pay for a wreath. Well, I have 2 fall wreaths that I put on Marketplace, and nary a person is looking at them or purchasing them. Perhaps that they're overpriced. And I just lowered the price yesterday, so we'll see what comes of that. But I think I missed the boat on the whole wreath situation. The second thing is I went through our house, things that we have that mean nothing to us and that we might be able to sell.
Okay.
And then, of course, this podcast / YouTube channel where we feel strongly about sharing our experiences. We feel that other people out in the world have the same experiences and that we can really build a community here. And so these are the things that we have tried.
And for Susanna, who wants to make a website, there's a place called Squarespace.
Yes.
We are not currently sponsored by Squarespace, but hey, Squarespace.
Show me how easy this is.
And there's also something that I learned from you that you have tried, actually, and you probably forgot, or I think you, or at least you told me you tried. Let's see if she did. But Fiverr. So tell us about Fiverr.
I did not actually go on Fiverr.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to go on Fiverr. There's a regular Fiverr, which has 9 bajillion people on
Yes.
it. And then there's a Fiverr Pro.
So what is this?
So
For
Fiverr
the people that don't know what this is.
I need a website made. I need a logo made. You go onto Fiverr, and a lot of people were on there for under $5. You could get something made or something done. And of course, it's more. So there's voiceover. There's any kind of editing. Anything you can probably possibly think of is on Fiverr. But then they have a Fiverr Pro where they vet you. I need to see where your work is. I said, well, my work isn't on. Now, through my job, I can't really use that outside of I can't take what I did at my work and use it for my personal stuff. There was a conflict there between my job and Fiverr. So I did not do Fiverr, but I did look into it.
Yes.
I have put some pictures on stock footage places. I just sold one for like $3.
Woo! So Fiverr does all the things. When you originally told me about it, I thought it was just audio stuff and it was like your industry. But no, Susanna, you could even advertise on there for accounting. And you say...
I've seen other places where you can, and I can't remember what it's called, but so for example, I was on the Mom Project, I think it's called, so when I was looking for a job. So the Mom Project has a lot of positions available where they contract you. It's really just contract work.
Yeah.
The intent is it's for working mothers or, women so that you can say, hey, I can work from home. Most of it's remote.
Do you have to use credits or something to apply?
No.
There's a thing called Upwork also.
Yes, that's the one I was trying to think of.
And you have to have so many, if you want to bid for this job, it takes up so many coins or whatever. And then once those are gone, you have to pay to get more coins to then apply.
Oh. Yes.
It's super low pay and there's 1,000 people bidding on it.
That's what
this is not worth my time.
Yes, that was because that's what I was going to say. When I was on the Mom Project, Upwork came up for me. And so there's other avenues versus just that where you could probably look and try to offer your services. But then you are bidding in those environments, you're bidding against other people and you don't know if they underbid you, right? It's like anything.
Right. Yeah. So those are the things that I've tried, but then I also have a list of 5 things that I want to try.
Ooh, okay. I'm excited.
All
5 things.
5 things. These things I think are doable for me.
Okay.
But this is also on top of applying for jobs. Right. And so in the last week, have applied for 29 jobs. I've got rejected for 6. And so I still have those 23 open applications and I still look every day and I'm doing all of that. So what would be nice is that I could secure a job, a full-time job that
working from home,
paying the same thing that I was paying before. And then I can work on these side hustles
on the weekends
along the way. And hopefully in the future, maybe something could blow up and take off and that would be fantastic. So what I want to try and do, or I will, and I've already started, is building. As I mentioned before, I love crafting, but part of that, I like building furniture, woodworking. Is that what you would call it? Just woodworking. Yeah. So I've made quite a few things, desks and tables, a couple mantles. I'm handy-ish, and I would like to sell 2 things that I have on mind is a garage unit for people to store bins in, and it might end up being a work table for them.
And it has wheels on it so you can roll around your bins.
It costs about $150 to make, and they sell depending on how big it is, between $300 and $500. So that's one thing. Number 2, I want to make something similar for laundry. So a similar thing, but it's in your home and it has 3 to 4 laundry baskets. You wheel it around. Again, super useful. Other people might not be able to make it, but it's very useful. Mm-hmm. And then Susanna just brought up today.
It's crafty, but they're made with 2x4s, I guess you could say, and they're Christmas trees. And then so that they can sit outside your front porch, I'm sorry. And you could also just decorate them or you can leave them blank. And I thought those were crafty things that we could work on because, I mean, my consulting gigs don't take, it's not a full-time job.
Yeah. And then for those newbies here, you can go back and listen to a couple episodes we did on weight loss. But I personally have lost over 200 pounds. And so I have some clothes sitting, taking up space in my closet. And
Some clothes. You could hide 3 children in this pile of clothes.
And that's after getting rid of some of them. This is just my house. Most recent purge.
So recap the 5, because
I've only done 2. So the 5 that I'm going to do is try to sell.
We did more than that.
No, try to sell woodworking things on
Marketplace and so forth. Okay.
Number 2 was sell clothes, either on Marketplace or on Poshmark. Number 3, refinishing furniture. I'm able to incorporate my craftiness, incorporate my woodworking skills, and then also make money. Again, finding things on Marketplace for free.
Or
low. Cheap. I mentioned earlier Amazon. So thing that keeps popping up on my stupid feeds is you can make all this money from Amazon reviews. You cannot, people. The way that it works is you can be an affiliate, meaning that you find things on Amazon or whatever. You put it on your social media. Let's say that we had some things. Let's say I wanted to put this shirt on there.
I'll explain because I did that already. So for this channel, I had an affiliate, but you have to sell a certain amount of things or they cancel it, which is what they did for us because nobody bought anything from our link. But in the description of the YouTube channel, I would write all the things that we used or if we mentioned something, and then I would go to Amazon, find that product from my affiliate account, get a link, put it on there. So if you purchase something from there with that link, we would get a small commission from that. But you have to sell a certain amount each month or Amazon says you're wasting my time.
Yes.
Get your shit together and come back.
And so there are people out there that do that. And I've clicked on many a furniture flipping video and I click on the link.
If they have if there's a good amount of people that go to you can do pretty good from affiliate links.
Exactly.
And those are people that have also a lot of followers. So
yes.
You have to get there first before
Right.
It's not something that's going to pay off initially.
Right.
But making money from reviews. And so there is a program at Amazon called Vine. Let me back this train up. So what people say is they say, you can do these reviews. Click below, buy my video, and then I'll show you how to do it. But it's not a thing, people. Amazon does not pay you to do reviews. All the reviews on Amazon are true. These people are actually making these reviews. You do not get paid for reviews. But what you can do, or where you can make money, is you do the reviews. Once you get to a certain point, Amazon says, oh, this bitch is doing some reviews. They're valid. They're true. They're not always good. They're not always bad. They give enough information. They're useful. And they invite you to Vine. And they say, hey, why don't you be a Vine member? And then they may send you free items you will review. And it's my understanding, I haven't looked into all the things and I haven't been invited, but they will send you free things. You give a valid, true review on Amazon. You need to keep that item for at least 6 months and then you can sell it. So you get the free item, whether or not you keep it or use it, sell it, or gift it to someone else, and then you can sell it and make money. But that is how you make money from doing Amazon reviews.
And if someone else is making money off reviews, please let us know.
Yeah.
I had heard if you review the item and then people buy it because they reviewed your review, then you get a portion of the money.
Perhaps.
So if that is true, if someone actually does that, please let us know.
That's true. Yeah, that could be.
Okay. Number 5.
This YouTube channel or something on YouTube that would hopefully engage the viewers, you all, and that we can grow even bigger or have a different channel or whatever, but YouTube in general.
Yeah.
That's what I would like. These are the 5 things that I'm personally focused on right now while I'm looking for a job.
Okay.
Do you have anything?
Nope.
Do you
not
want
doing
to
nothing.
Okay, loser. What about you, Susanna? Besides what we've already talked about, like the woodworking things, the consulting, perhaps the book channel. Was there something else?
I did have one, but I didn't. It's gone.
Oh, all right.
Come back to me later, but we won't be here. So I will update on, obviously we'll keep you updated, see if something pans out or doesn't. And, you know, if I think of something, I'll
Or if you guys know of any other things that
Yeah.
Sunshine and Susanna can do.
Yeah. So that's where we're at, people.
Okay.
Share your experiences, comment, like,
Subscribe.
yeah, interact, please.
peace out, bitches.
Adios.
Bye-bye.